Lots of you have been watching videos of Jim Carrey, and people are wondering if Jim Carrey is going crazy. Look at some of his early interviews. Jim Carrey has always been crazy, and it's good crazy. Being a comedian and being able to throw yourself into all those different things, different characters, he started to question who Jim Carrey is. And not like we question who we are, even though the whole world is having an identity crisis. A little while ago, I used to say that on social media, we're questioning every war, every conflict throughout humanity. Now we're questioning every single conflict simultaneously. Several different conflicts during one conversation at a time. We're questioning all these different things. And this is creating an identity crisis for the whole world. And Jim Carrey isn't necessarily in the middle of it, but he's channeling a lot of those places because he has a connection with a lot more people than most, not if not all of us are having. His connection is causing him to have a crisis about who he is. And we're talking about when he did a lot of those things, even though it was his creativity that was bringing out a lot of it, or his creativity that was taking a script and making it better. He was putting on makeup, getting hair done. He had several people questioning that, of how his hair should be put. We had a perfect makeup artist that was able to do that. So it's something that he probably didn't necessarily feel comfortable in his skin, and a lot of this stuff started to come up all his life, but really in the last 2 years. And Jim Carrey appears to be more crazy because he's not necessarily the most eloquent in explaining this life crisis that he's going through. He's not the most eloquent in explaining it. For one, it's so raw. A lot of times when you have breakthroughs in the beginning, it's hard to explain, and especially about some of the stuff that he's explaining about existence and identity and everything. Another thing that makes him look crazy is there are certain facial expressions that you have and I have that are across the board all over the world. They're not unique to us. We may have some mannerisms that are the same as our family. Jim Carrey has facial expressions that are probably his own, that if they come up, when all of a sudden he's like talking and all of a sudden he's like, oh man, this isn't believable, this isn't entertaining enough, would I be believable? All of a sudden little facial expressions coming up like, let me show you something. You're like, holy shit, I just saw Fire Marshal Bill right there. I just saw this character. I just saw this. Oh, that reminds me of the guy from Dumb and Dumber. And he's trying to seriously tell us something that's on his heart. And he's seriously trying to make a connection with what's going on with him. And we're channeling into all these different personalities that he has. So when we're watching him, the reason why we may think he's crazy, because it makes us feel crazy, because we are tapping into the identity crisis inside of us, and the identity crisis that he's going through and that we're all going through as we question all the different conflicts in humanity that we're involved in and not involved in. Hope you enjoy this. I hope this only brought up questions and didn't answer any questions. Jedi Steve. Out.